In this class, let us discuss about vector atom model. Vector atom model is an extension to Bohr and Sommerfeld models. Because Sommerfeld model also failed to explain number of issues which arises during Bohr atom model. Sommerfeld model is some extent succeeded to explain the fine structure of the spectral line, but all other drawbacks remains untouched. In order to overcome those drawbacks, vector atom model was proposed by several scientists named Bohr, Sommerfeld, Uhlenbeck, Stern-Gerlach, etc. So, the main drawback of the Sommerfeld model or Bohr model is to explain the arrangement of electrons in an atom, and also to explain Zeeman effect and Stark effect. So, in Bohr model succeeded to explain hydrogen atom, the spectrum relating to the hydrogen atom or singly ionized helium. But rest of the things are not explained by the Bohr model. So this model is, Bohr atom model is, vector atom model is an extension for Bohr model and Sommerfeld model. So, in this model, the concept of space quantization and spinning electron, the concepts of space quantization, space quantization and concept of spinning electron were introduced. In Bohr model, the orbit is a circular orbit. Its radius is constant. That means it has only 1 degree of freedom. The energy of the electron depends upon only one parameter, that is the principal quantum number n. The energy of the electron depends upon only one parameter, radius, which depends upon the principal, which is described by the principal quantum number n. Whereas in Sommerfeld model, the degrees of freedom, it has 2 degrees of freedom. That means, in order to explain the energies of the electron in Sommerfeld model, we need two quantum numbers named as nr and n5, azimuthal quantum number and radial quantum number. Since it is, the electron has 2 degrees of freedom in Sommerfeld model. But in vector atom model, the electron has 3 degrees of freedom. 3 degrees of freedom. 3 degrees of freedom. In Bohr model, the electron has only 1 degree of freedom because the radius is fixed. In Sommerfeld model, the electron has 2 degrees of freedom, namely nr and n5. But in vector atom model, since the electron is moving in space, it has 3 degrees of freedom. So we have to quantize the the orientation of the orbit in the space. We have to quantize the orientation of the orbit in the space. So, an additional quantum number, an additional quantum condition is introduced, that is about space quantization. That means the orientation of the orbit, the orientation of the orbit about a fixed direction is to be quantized. The orientation of the orbit about a fixed direction is to be quantized. That means the angle between the normal of this orbit to the external field direction, say theta. According to the classical theory, there are all possible orientations of this orbit around about a fixed direction. But in this vector atom model, the orientations are also limited. That means the directions with respect to theta, angle between the normal of the orbit and the external field direction, is also to be quantized. This is what is called as space quantization. This is what is called as space quantization. Similarly, the second one is spinning electron concept. The electron not only revolves around the nucleus in its orbit, but also spins about, but also rotate about its own axis. That is the spinning of electron. Due to this rotation, due to this type of motion also, the electron possesses some angular momentum. That means it has some sort of energy. That energy is also to be taken into account. This is about spinning electron concept. So in vector atom model, there are two concepts. One, orbital angular momentum, and two, the spin angular momentum. So, with respect to the orbital angular momentum, PL is equal to LH by 2 pi. With respect to the orbital angular momentum, PL is equal to LH by 2 pi. As we know that in Bohr atom model, MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. That means the MVR means angular momentum, means moment of momentum. Angular momentum means moment of momentum. It is quantized as MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. NH by 2 pi. MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. That means the possible values for MVR is equal to N into H by 2 pi, where H is the Planck's constant. Similarly, in orbital angular momentum, the possible values of this angular momentum is given by PL is equal to LH by 2 pi. PL is equal to LH by 2 pi, where L is equal to 0, 1, 2, etc. Where L is equal to 0, 1, 2, etc. In wave mechanics, it is equal to PL is equal to root of L into L plus 1 of H by 2 pi. PL is equal to root of L into L plus 1 into H by 2 pi. Root of L into L plus 1 into H by 2 pi. So, in such a way, the orbital angular momentum is quantized. For n is equal to, the L values are given by 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. If L is equal to 0, it is designated as an s orbital, s orbital. If L is equal to 1, it is p orbital. Similarly, if L is equal to 2, it is d orbital. So, for n is equal to 3, the possible values of L is equal to, for n is equal to 3, the possible values of L is equal to, then L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, SPD orbitals, SPD orbitals. In such a way, we can understand the sub-energy levels of the electron in different orbits. So, once again, I want to repeat this concept. The vector atom model is introduced to overcome the drawbacks of Bohr and Sommerfeld model. Vector atom model is introduced to overcome the drawbacks of Bohr and Sommerfeld model. So, that means to explain the to overcome the other drawbacks, the vector atom model is useful. This is proposed by several scientists like Bohr, Sommerfeld, etc. So, the most important concepts of this vector atom model are two. One, quantization of space. Two, the concept of spinning electron. Quantization of space, and 2, the concept of spinning electron. Quantization of space means, as we learned in earlier, that the electron revolves in different orbits around the nucleus. So, the possible orbits are, number of possible orbits is very large according to classical physics, because all possible orientations are to be taken into account, but it is not possible according to the vector atom model. That means the only few orientations are to be taken into account, are to be considered. What are those orbits? How many orbits we can take into account is depends upon the quantization of direction of the orbit about an external field. This field does not deform the original shape of the orbit. This external field is assumed such that it will not deform the shape of the orbit. So, the orientation of the orbit about the external field direction is to be quantized. That means only limited orientations are permitted. So, how can we quantize these orientations? So, in order to do like that, if L is the orbital angular momentum, and if the direction, the angle between the external field direction and the direction of the normal to the orbit is theta, then the possible values are quantized such that PL is equal to L into h by 2 pi. PL is equal to L into h by 2 pi. Here L is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. If L is equal to 0, it is called the designation. It is designated as an s orbit. Or if L is equal to 1, P. Similarly, if L is equal to 2, it is a d orbit. So, like that, the S stands for sharp, principal, diffuse and fundamental, etc. Sharp, principal, diffuse, fundamental, etc. So, if n is equal to 3, the possible orbits, orientations of the orbit, if n is equal to 3, it is one and only one orbit according to the Bohr model. But if n is equal to 3, in Sommerfeld model, there are three possibilities. That means n phi is equal to 0, n is equal to 3, n phi is equal to 3 circular orbit, n phi is equal to 2 elliptical orbit, n phi is equal to 1 another elliptical orbit. So there are three types of orbits, three possibilities. But here the orientations, when we quantize the orientation of the orbit, the n is equal to 3, the possible orientations are L is equal to 0, L is equal to 1 and L is equal to 2. The electrons are known as 3s, 3p and 3d. In such a way, the orbital angular momentum is taken into account. So, it gives the maximum number of electrons allowed in a subshell is given by 2 into 2l plus 1, 2 into 2l plus 1, 2l plus 1. So, this is about space quantization, and the next topic is electron spin. Electron spin. So, electron spin means the momentum, the angular momentum. The electron not only revolves around the nucleus, it spins around the own axis. So, the electron possesses spin motion as well as orbital motion. So, the spin angular momentum of the electron is given by Ps is equal to Sh by 2 pi. The quantization of the angular momentum of the electron due to its spin motion is like that. That is, Ps is equal to Sh by 2 pi, where S is equal to half. Where S is equal to half. It is plus if the rotation is in clockwise. If it is minus half if the rotation is anti-clockwise. If in wave mechanics, it is root of S into S plus 1 of h by 2 pi. Root of S into S plus 1 of h by 2 pi according to wave mechanics. So, the possible values for spin, the possible values of spin are always plus half or minus half. So, in order to estimate the total angular momentum of the electrons in an atom, we can use vector addition like this. That means, if L is equal to 1 and L is equal to 2, the vector sum L is equal to 1 and L is equal to 1, and for L is equal to 2 this. So, the resultant is like this. This is resultant angular momentum of the electrons in an atom. Similarly for spin motion also, if there are two electrons, then S is equal to half, S is equal to again half, then the resultant is given by S is equal to resultant angular momentum of the spin. In such a way, we can quantize all these momenta, which are very helpful for us to estimate different energies of the electron in different orbits. So, this vector atom model successfully explained the arrangement of electrons in an atom and also succeeded to explain Zeeman effect and Stark effect, and also it gives selection rules and intensity rules, which are very useful to explain why different lines of the spectrum are having different colors, why different colors of the spectrum are having different intensities. We also learned about the origin of the spectrum in Bohr models. In Balmer series, we will get visible spectrum. In visible spectrum, there are different colors. But they are all having different intensities. The cause for that intensities is also explained in this vector atom model. Zeeman effect, Stark effect is also explained in this model. Not only that, the building up of atoms or the structure of the atom or the distribution of the electrons in an atom were successfully described in this model. In the next class, we will discuss about the spinning concept, about the coupling schemes, that means LS coupling and JJ coupling. Thank you.